Because of our modern lifestyle, we spend a lot of time sitting, creating that rounded shoulder posture and unbalanced pelvis, which can leave us vulnerable to injuries. Not only will this program help improve your day-to-day posture, but it will also help with your technique and training. We're moving into a reverse fly. So you're going to need a light set of weights for this one, bringing your feet hip distance apart. Have a micro bend in the knees, send your hips back, hinging at the hips, bringing your chest to face the ground. You want to look down at the ground just in front of your feet so your neck is neutral. Back is nice and flat, chest is pressed. Small bend in the elbows, bring those arms out wide, squeezing the back of the shoulders, and then bring them back to center. Repeating this movement for 45 seconds. So focus on keeping those arms relatively straight, just a small bend, just so they're not hyperextended. You want them going nice and wide, ending when they're in line with your body, and squeezing the back of the shoulders. All right, time's up. Come back to center. We're moving into good mornings. You're going to start with your feet hip distance apart, having your hands to your temples and squeezing your elbows wide. So you're contracting in between your shoulder blades, small bend in the knees. From here, keep those elbows pulled back. You're going to send and push your hips backward. As a result, hinging at the waist, bringing your chest to face the ground. Feeling tension in the back of the legs, you're going to drive down through the heels and forward through the hips. We're repeating this movement for 1 minute. So take your time as you go down, focus on your range of motion and really sending the hips back. And just be aware as you're going through that you're not letting those elbows relaxed. You are constantly pulling them back. So we're working on the hamstrings, the glutes, and the back. All right, time's up. Come back to center. We're moving into a box row with a mini band. So grabbing something on the light to medium resistance and place it around your wrists. From here, you're going to open your arms up, shoulder width apart, stand comfortably on your mat, soft bend in the knees, and belly button drawn in. Keeping that space and picture holding a box between your arms. You're going to draw your elbows back till the mini band comes to your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then release back out in front. We're going to repeat this movement for 45 seconds. So again, picturing a box between your hands so you can't let them come in because they need to stay the width of that box. So you have constant pressure out against the mini band. So in this one, we're focusing on strengthening the shoulders, the stabilizers of the shoulders, and our mid-back. All right, time's up. Come back to center. We're moving into pelvic tuck leg lifts. So standing comfortably on your mat, you're going to take your hips, your tailbone, and your pelvis and tuck it under. So you're already squeezing your glutes. Think about taking your bottom abs and top abs and bringing them together. So contracting. So you're holding that position. Your low back is now neutral. From here, you're going to alternate lifting one heel, not letting your back go though. So really focus on that tuck first, holding that tuck, lift the leg straight, lifting through the heel and squeezing the glute. We're going to alternate sides for 45 seconds. So keep the tuck nice and strong. It's going to be a small range of motion with that lift because your glutes are engaged right from the start. And really focusing on every single movement that those hips stay tucked under, that low back stays neutral and relaxed. You might also feel this a bit into your hamstrings as well. All right, time's up. Relax back at center. We're moving into a chest stretch with a chair. So coming into position, you're going to sit right on the edge, feet are planted, reaching your hands back to grab either side of the backrest. From here, keep the chest nice and tall, and you're just going to let your weight fall forward, having your arms and shoulders be pulled back to open up in the chest. We're going to hold here for 45 seconds. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. Back on your mat. We're moving into alternating heel drops. You're going to lie on your back, relaxing your upper body, having your knees to 90 and flexing your toes to your shins. From here, right away, press your back into the mat so that there's no space between your back and the mat. Hold that contraction. You're going to slowly lower one leg down, tap the heel, bring it back up to 90, and then alternate to the other side, repeating for 1 minute. Every time you bring the leg back up and they're both at 90, repress that back down if you felt like it was starting to pop up. So this movement is really good for strengthening the hip flexors, but also those lower abdominals. All right, time's up. Come back up to center on your mat. That's all for today's routine. We'll see you back here tomorrow.